story time that doesn't involve picture books.
Lib Laugh Love with Ingrid and ET.
I have story time. I have multiple story times actually, speaking of things that have been lost. Um, so first story time, I'll start with the less dire of the two. So there's this. Okay. So there's this book that I was sent. It's called Bright and Dangerous Objects, and it sounds incredible. So it's about this woman who is, I think, a like commercial deep sea fisher person, and she, is like super sciency, like very smart lady. Deals with underwater environments that therefore have different gravity, like different. It's kind of feels kind of like outer space, and she's on a short list of like 100 people who might be the first ones to get sent to colonize Mars because she's used to that kind of environment and she's very smart, and like it's dealing with that, which is huge, and like her who is very sciencey, and also debating if she wants to do that or if she wants to be a mom and like start a family. And it just sounds really good, and the cover is gorgeous. And I know I had it, and I was immediately like, I need to read this fast because I want to send it to my friend who is studying um, space. Basically, she's getting her doctorate in like space stuff. Illiterate Cats on Instagram. Go check her out. She's one of my favorite people. She is so funny and so smart. And I was like, cool, this is the book. It's going to be really fun to send it to her. And then it disappeared. Like, it just. I have all of the other books that were sent to me from this publisher at the same time. I know where all of them are. I know what the side of this book looks like because I have it on a Bookstagram photo that I did for Shark Week because underwater. And then I have like the cover of it and like a mail unboxing kind of video for YouTube. And I can't find it. Like literally yesterday, I redid all of the shelves in my room so that. Wait, I'll show you. It looks really nice. Who needs interior design? What? So yeah, I did that. I redid the shelves on top of my dresser. I moved my dresser, which is very heavy. I I've looked everywhere. Like this is literally the case of the missing book and my missing marbles.
Tragic.
So, fingers crossed. Send me like good vibes, good finding vibes.
Absolutely. You got them.
I'm like so confused. I was like manic all day yesterday. Like, I'm gonna make this look nice. My room will be so organized, but at the same time, where is this book?
I'm sorry. On Friday, Thursday at work, it's the worst morning because I sat down in my seat to get started, and then I was like, "Where's my phone?" And I I was like, I can't go into a panic. It's 9 a.m. Can't panic. So I looked everywhere in the library and I tried to find my phone, but it wasn't working. And I called the MBTA because I thought that I left it on the bus. And I called TD Bank and closed my card because I have like my wallet. So yeah, spoiler. It was lost. It had fallen out of my pocket onto the floor under the chair.
That's the worst, though. Oh my god.
Terrible. Luckily, there was no one at work, so I could spend like the first 2 hours just like
Losing your mind.
losing my mind,
Finding your phone.
panicking, like
Oh my gosh. Um, are you ready for story number two? Because, like, I don't think you are. Story number two. So, we had friends that we were, like, quarantining with in New Hampshire come and stay with us this weekend. Because my parents, I think, are missing their quarantine pod. I'm missing my quarantine pod because Anna's back in the UK, which is. And also, like, there's mixed emotions there. But, So our neighbors from New Hampshire came down to stay. And my mom was like, "Oh my gosh, we need to go fishing." Because we're right on the ocean and like we have everything that you need to go fishing. And if you're going to fish and like be able to cook it right that day, like I think that's a very it's very fresh and it's a good way to like actually do food. I don't think I'd be a vegetarian if I lived anywhere else because a lot of places like the farm where you get your meat is like down the street. But right now, like anywhere in Massachusetts, or at least the part of Massachusetts where I live, like that's not really the case.
Not possible.
So surprisingly, I am a weirdly good fisher person. Like I am good at fishing. I don't know why. I've never explored this side of my like personality. I have luck. I have good luck with a lot of things. You know this. The internet knows this.
It's just one of your.
Mutant superpowers. Who knows? So my mom was like, "Hey, like come down, come fish. It'll be great." And when we're down the rocks like this, the way that I like to get my best like cast is to find a rock that like sticks out further than the other rocks and put one foot on that and one foot on like a nice flat rock so that I can like rock and get like a full far thing. And like for the most part it's been going well. I almost caught a fish, but instead it stole all of my bait. I helped one of our visitors, their line and all of their bait had gone between two rocks and like up and around, but I untangled it and I saved the bait and I was like, I am superhuman. I am doing so well. This is great. Everything is fine. The tide's coming in. The tide is coming so in. At this point, I'm just like drenched. I'm like, whatever, it's fine. We're in the ocean. I don't really care that I'm soaked. But then, like, this big wave comes. And before I know it, like, I don't even remember, like, slipping, but before I know it, I am down. Down, and the waves are strong. So it starts pulling me. I am like, there's two rocks like this, and I am between them, holding onto both of them, like, how did I get here? One of my legs goes like between the two rocks, and like I feel like I'm about to get pulled out to sea. And then all of a sudden, another wave comes over, puts me flat on my back, like on a rock, just like getting dragged. I somehow like get up, have my fishing rod still. The fishing rod still has bait on it, so like I don't know what kind of luck I have. But I was just like, oh, okay, we're done here. I need to go upstairs. I was like covered in sand. I have like I don't have a lot of injuries, but I have like weird injuries. Like I had a piece of sand that was like embedded in my hand. I have this massive bruise on one of my legs. My back is like dotted with bruises and my tailbone. So like if I try to sleep or lie down, like either the bruise on my leg or the bruise on my back will wake me up. And I'm just like, what has happened? So distressed. So, um, yeah, I don't know when I'm gonna go fishing again because the ocean apparently wants to turn me into a mermaid and just keep me forever. So that's my long weekend story.
That is rough.
So then I went upstairs and like I rinsed off because I was like coated in sand. Like I still have pieces of sand that I'm like finding that were embedded into my skull. Somehow I didn't hit my head. I like fully don't know how that happened.
Yeah, I'm amazed you're not nuts.
Same. But you know, when your body goes into shock and like you don't super feel well and there are bruises forming on your body. So I was just like in very cozy things and like decided I was going to post up in bed for the day because I was like, today is canceled. We need to not be here. And so my mom and my dad and their guests like went out to lunch, dinner, whatever time it was. I was like, okay, okay, fine. Like ordered in food, cozied up, like just watched a bunch of dumb shit on YouTube, like our podcast. And they come back and they were like, what one of the four was like, hey, like did you read a book while we were gone? And I'm like, I really appreciate that you think that I read that quickly, but no, I like tried to take a nap and failed, so stared at my computer for hours. And they're like, oh, yeah, I can't do that. Like, I wish I could. And I'm like, I almost just died, okay? Let me stare at my computer for a bit.
I know.
Like, the fact that I'm alive right now is very cool. We're just gonna focus on that.
Wow.
So, yeah. And then I posted that as like an Instagram story to like people that I talk to on a regular basis because as I was filming, I was like, I'm fully in shock. And I'd just gotten out of the shower, so it was like just me and a towel. And I was like, this shouldn't go to the wide public, but I want to share what just happened to me. There we go. Story time.
I moved on September 1st.
Oh, yeah. No, moving story time.
That's story time. Because that I did not enjoy myself.
I'm still kicking myself for like not realizing when moving day was and like coming to help you. I'm such a dummy. You know what? Honestly, I think we should just keep story time as its own little like mini episode. So, if you want more of this, what is going to be an actual episode, come find us on either my channel, which is Random Librarian, or the Lib Laugh Love podcast channel on YouTube. Leave your thoughts down below in the comments. If you want to send us any like ideas for future things or questions or whatever, we have liblaughlovepod@gmail.com, and we would love to hear from you. That is what we have for a mini episode. We're getting into the main one now, so come back on a Monday at like 7, I think is when we're publishing them going forward.
Something like that.
Perfect. I hope you enjoyed this mini episode.